Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
We're making it through the week. CJ Nasello here with you. It's our daily show. Couldn't hear myself. There we go. Now, happy Tuesday. We got a great show for you. Going to be talking to Zeke Jaybusch with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council here in about 20 minutes or so. Then at 10:10, we are talking to the newly sworn-in Alderman of the 5th Ward, John Meehan, and we're going to get his insights and so much more right here on the show. If you want to be a part of it today, 618-759-7469. That's 618-759-7469. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update. You will never miss out. You can join myself and over 60,000 people each and every day of the work week, and even on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend, your daily dose of local news and sports, plus national and statewide news from the Associated Press. We'll take you to Wood River first. Dan Brannon, content director, reporting that 22-year-old Ethan S. Harrell is facing multiple charges after an alleged break-in of the Wood River Street Department, 3 motor vehicles, and a Gulfstream trailer on Wednesday, July the 12th. Wood River Police Chief Brad Wells praised the efforts of Officer Fester and Officer Wright with the South Roxana and Roxana departments in making a quick arrest in this case. Harrell faces 5 total burglary charges. One count said he knowingly entered without authority a building for the Wood River Street Department located at 312 Linton Street with the intent to commit a theft. Another burglary count alleges that Harrell entered a 2002 Dodge Ram motor vehicle belonging to the street department with an attempt to commit a theft, but that no damage was caused during said entry. The third count was stated that the defendant, without authority, entered a 2008 Ford F-150 motor vehicle belonging to the street department with the intent to commit theft, but no damage was done during the entry. An additional burglary count alleges that Harrell attempted to commit a theft of a 2022 Gulfstream in the 1200th block of Madison Avenue. However, the entry resulted in no damage to the trailer. And the fifth count alleges that Harrell, without authority, entered a 1993 Nissan 240SX located in the 1400th block of Edwardsville Road in Wood River. Again, the charge did say no damage was caused while entering. Harrell's bond set at $100,000, and all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In Jerseyville, Heath E. Blaine, 51, of Jerseyville, was charged with unlawful possession of a stolen vehicle on July the 7th, and court records state that Blaine knowingly exerted unauthorized control over a 2005 BMW motorcycle with the intent to permanently deprive its owner of their property. Blaine charged with a Class 2 felony and his bail set at $25,000. Danny Harbison, 38, of Columbia, Missouri, was charged with possession of burglary tools, obstructing identification, unlawful possession of methamphetamine, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. Court records indicate each of these offenses were committed on July the 8th. In total, Harbison was charged with 4 counts, 1 Class 3 felony for meth possession, 1 Class 4 felony for possession of burglary tools, and 2 Class A misdemeanors for obstruction and identification and possession of drug paraphernalia. Bail set at $25,000. Ted Hanner, 48, of Bunker Hill, was charged with unlawful possession of methamphetamine and driving on a revoked license. Specifically, he was charged with possessing less than 5 grams of methamphetamine and driving on State Highway 16 at a time when his driver's license was revoked for driving under the influence. Hanner had 4 prior convictions of driving on a revoked license in Macoupin County. 1 in 2006, 1 in 2009, 1 in 2013, and 1 in 2014. In this case, Hanner charged with 1 Class 3 felony and 1 Class 4 felony for the meth possession and license violations, respectively. Bail set at $15,000. Please note that all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. In Southern Illinois, the McGraw family, including Mike and Juliana McGraw, Jenna and Rich Byers, Krista McGraw, and Donna McGraw, has partnered with the Prairie Heart Institute and the Prairie Heart Foundation to begin the Community AED program in memory of Rick McGraw. Brandy Grove, manager of philanthropy of the Prairie Heart Foundation, says their team witnessed a tragic event when a local community member suffered cardiac arrest during baseball practice, and although 911 was called, the individual did not survive. When treating a heart attack, every second matters, and research proves that CPR and AEDs save lives. Immediate access to an AED machine could have made a difference on the field that day. The Community AED program has already awarded several machines to area organizations. All approved applicants received the Zoll AED Plus with real CPR help, real-time CPR feedback to help rescuers save a life. While only half of the sudden cardiac arrest victims will require shock, 100% will need critical and quality CPR. For more information, you can visit prairieheart.org. That's prairieheart.org. Sydney Sinks reporting out of Alton. A steamboat docked near the Argosy Casino yesterday in downtown to load up on supplies and pick up additional crew members. The boat is with American Queen Voyages, a cruise line that offers river tours throughout North America. Over the next week, they will travel up Mississippi to Red Wing, Minnesota. Like during any cruise, passengers, they stay at hotel rooms on the steamboat and enjoy amenities like buffets, open bars, and live entertainment. American Queen Voyages ships often dock in major cities along the river so that passengers can disembark for some excursions. The steamboat that docked in Alton will remain in the area for the next couple of days. Yesterday, the 17th, marks the beginning of the tour, with many passengers traveling from where they stayed overnight in St. Louis to board this boat. They can enjoy excursions in St. Louis or explore by themselves in the Riverbend, with which American Queen Voyages describes as an important river town. The boat will continue north and dock in Hannibal, Missouri on July the 19th. To learn more about the river cruise industry in the Riverbend area, you can follow along with a hyperlink on the RiverBender article. And for more information, you can visit the American Queen Voyages website. Also in the news today, Mike Logan Ministries is hosting the Catch the Wave Revival across America starting this Thursday, July the 20th, through Sunday, July the 23rd. Each night from 6 to 9 p.m., the event will see local church members and people of all religious affiliations gather at Tim Rooney Stadium on the Lewis and Clark Community College campus in Godfrey. My apologies. Mike and Carol Logan recently were on this show to discuss this upcoming revival, the message behind it, and so much more. While the revival is starting in Godfrey for now, Mike said he plans to expand the event from town to town, including East St. Louis, with future plans for a stadium event with all of the attendees from each town. Carol said the goal behind this revival was to get people back into the fellowship of in-person worship after the pandemic. Both Mike and Carol emphasized that the event is open to everyone, including those who have faith and even those who don't, especially the next generations. Mike added that the Alton High School Redbirds football team will be making an appearance as well, and he asked other schools for their students to participate. A variety of representatives from local various churches and organizations will also be in attendance. The Catch the Wave Revival is sponsored by several local businesses and churches, and their names will be read during each night of the event. Carol added that she also helps lift the spirits of women experiencing hair loss and more at Roberta's Lovely Ladies Boutique, located at 603 West Delmar in Alton. A quote from Carol: "They're usually very positive, especially the cancer ladies that do come in. Their attitude is good. Sometimes we pray with them, we show love, we show compassion." To learn more about the Catch the Wave revival across America and Roberta's Lovely Ladies Boutique, you can see the full interview with the Logans at RiverBender.com/daily show. Dan Brandon also reporting out of Wood River that Wood River Police Sergeant Aaron Burns and 2 others represented the Wood River Police Department in the 19th annual Cycle Across Illinois, benefiting Illinois concerns of police survivors. The cycle across the state took place from July 12th from June 12th to the 16th. I don't think that's correct. Sergeant Burns' wife, Kristen, and sister, Rihanna Whitehead, completed the entire 368 bike ride. Aaron escorted the 2 with a Wood River Police Department vehicle on the road. Sergeant Burns and the 2 women represented the police department to honor those who lost their life in the line of duty and in honor of his brother, while his sister and wife rode in a 368 bicycle ride to honor the fallen Detective Sergeant Burns. Lost his brother, Officer Evan Burns, in the line of duty on August 11th of 2011. Wood River Police Chief Brad Wells said members of the police department and community are very thankful for their dedication to honor those who made that ultimate sacrifice. Kristen said she did train for the special race, and it was difficult, but also, at the same time, very rewarding. "I'm very humbled and honored to be able to represent the families of fallen officers," a quote from Kristen Burns. Also in the news today from Dan Brandon, Alton Little Theater released a reminder of the upcoming Monty Python Spam-A-Lot that begins July 21st and runs through the 30th at Alton Little Theater Showplace. The July 21st, 22nd, and 26th shows are at 7:30 p.m. in the evenings. The July 23rd and 30th shows are matinees at 2 p.m. Kevin Frakes, the director of Spam-A-Lot, is excited about this, and tickets are only $25. Spam-A-Lot tells the legendary tale of King Arthur's quest to find the Holy Grail, inspired by the comedy film Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The musical also diverts a bit from more traditional versions of this legend. Lee Cox of Alton Little Theater said she wants everyone to have a summer blast at Spam-A-Lot. We have 22 of our best performers who give it their all so you can enjoy and laugh again. Everyone sings and dances and creates a summer spectacle of grand theater. Cox closed by saying, "So don't delay. Call 618-462-3205 today or go online to altonlittletheater.org. She finishes with the following: "We promise you we'll have so much fun. Let Alton Little Theater transport you to the wonderful world of live theater. After all, Alton Little Theater is your community theater." Alton Little Theater is also celebrating their 90th season of being right here in the 618, and they kick things off on that 90th season with Spam-A-Lot. At 9:14, before we take a quick break, currently as it sits, it's 73 degrees, and it feels like 81. Humidity sitting at 84%, but it will be cloudy, not as warm, and there's a couple of heavy thunderstorms that they're predicting. These thunderstorms can bring flooding, downpours, hail, and damaging wind gusts, so please stay up to date. Tonight it will be rather cloudy with heavy thunderstorms. It will be humid, and again, those thunderstorms cause a significant risk of flash flooding, hail, and winds. So please be mindful and up to date on your Riverbender weather alerts. And throughout the next couple of hours, couple of days, 90% chance of precipitation today. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, 83 for a high, 70 for a low, about a quarter of a chance for some precipitation. Then on Thursday, 94 degrees for that high, dropping down to 63 for the low. And Friday, we are looking good. 80 degrees for the high, 61 for the low, and skies clear Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But this afternoon, be mindful, stay up to date and in the know, and make sure if you have to get the running done, Might want to get it done early. In the meantime, if you need some weather updates or you got to reset your clock, call Time and Temp 618-465-4545. This time sponsored by State Farm. Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. One last thing before we take a quick break and talk to Zeke Jaybusch. The I Love the 90s tour is inviting all of you. Yes, you at home. I'm yelling. It's Tuesday morning. To reminisce about the trend-setting decade of the 1990s with some of the most iconic and really just some of the most, exciting names in rap, hip-hop, and R&B at the time. Tickets are currently on sale now at metrotix.com. And who can beat these prices? Listen, VIP tickets are pretty much all but sold out, but if you want them, there's a few left. Reserve tickets are available, and, of course, general admission is always there for you. The doors of this event open at 6 p.m., and the opening act takes the stage at 7 p.m., then at 8. We are kicking it on August the 4th when the headliners take the stage. It's I Love the 90s right here at the Alton Amphitheater, Friday, August the 4th. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com and stay up to date on the amphitheater events throughout the summer. I Love the 90s is just the anchor, but we got the Food Truck Festival. We got Jazz and Wine, the Earth Tones, Alton Expo. The list goes on and on and on. So for more information, AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com, AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com, and get your I Love the 90 tickets, metrotix.com. We'll take a quick break at 9:16 on this 18th day of July. Coming up, Zeke Jaybusch, the president of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. He's in studio next, after this.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all. Just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, here we go. Right around 9:21 on this 18th day of July. It's a Tuesday in the heart of the Riverbend. Zeke Jaybusch President, North Alton Godfrey Business Council. How are we doing today, sir?
Doing well. How are you today, CJ?
Fair to Midland, you know, just like the elevator
We've
ride.
talked about that. Right. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the month is going out to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, either the lunches. The last one at Beverly Farm was just fantastic. How long have you been with? You started the organization, didn't you?
No, it came about in 1945. There were four North Alton businessmen that founded the organization, and their intent was to promote what was going on in North Alton. And it kind of evolved in terms of that area and giving back. The members gave back to the area, not only to the area, but to the membership. And at that time, it was a very prosperous area, much like downtown. And probably in the 90s, well, in the early 90s, I became involved. And it had kind of fallen on hard times, so we decided that we would expand the membership into Godfrey. It was solely an Alton organization at the time. And so we did, and we attracted some additional membership, and it's kind of moved from that point. So as in answer to your question, I became involved in the early 90s and have been kind of the leader, I assume, if that's a proper term. That's what we've tried to do since that time. So,
and it's grown. I mean, I know that right now. I mean, we're full. The council's full of members. How many are in the North Alton?
We're about 145 members, which is pretty good, really.
I'd say so. You still looking for more?
Oh, always looking for new members, right.
And what I think is great, too, with the council, just real quick, is just all the, the beautification work that's done, too. We had on, Cheryl, who helps with the frog fountain
right,
that little island, and she was talking about how you guys stepped up to the plate and, kind of helped keep that clean and keep helping that sustain itself. Is that something you like to do too and always look for whenever you're looking at projects?
Well, Pride is really the organization that's doing the beautification. And ours is kind of a commitment to that area and trying to keep it clean. Again, through Pride programs of semi-annually doing a walkthrough in terms of cleanup. With our flowers in North Alton, each of the waterers, the people who are watering the plants, pick up trash along the route, which is that North Alton Business District. So we try to keep it clean, and we try to keep it, as long as the flowers grow, beautiful as the case may be. So. Yeah,
without a doubt. And now, are you guys still looking for volunteers too to do the watering? Because I know
we're filled for.
Wow.
They do it for an entire week, starting on Monday through Sunday, and we do about 20. Let's see, I think there's 24 weeks that we have scheduled, and some are from the community, other than from our own membership. People who have an interest similar to ourselves in trying to beautify. And so we enjoy a camaraderie of good members, really.
Right.
So.
Well, and that's really what I get out of it. That's why I enjoy going there so much because, we've all been to a lunch or two when you're looking at your watch going, all righty here, come on now. Come on now, get done with that speech. But at the council, everyone gets along. It's a great community, atmosphere that you guys have created with this.
Well, we hope so, yeah. We try to feature good speakers, and we try to feature our own members in terms of allowing them to present to our membership who they are, what they do, how they got involved, and what they're doing in terms of perpetuating their own business. So that's what it's all about. It's community, and that's what we try to promote. So,
speaking of community, you were recently recognized by Senior Services Plus, and this was a really nice recognition. Take us through this. When you were recognized with the Hero Award from the organization, you've been with Senior Services Plus a time or two, and I know have helped out with the organization, been a part of the board, correct?
I was, correct. I was a member of the board for 20 years or thereabouts. And when I came aboard, we were in the process of going through looking for a new leader. And so another gentleman who's now passed and myself did the interviewing and found a gentleman who was interested and who came aboard and became president of the organization, or executive vice president, I should say, and did a very commendable job. We were successful in building a wellness center, which took a lot of work. All of the money that went into that came from the community, with the exception of a very small portion. So that meant that the community had an interest in what we were doing, and with all fundraising activities, it seems that this is a very giving community. And so we were fortunate that there were a lot of people that gave small amounts. There were some that gave larger amounts, and a combination of the two, we were able to do it. Senior Services is a great organization in terms of having a place to go, having a place to lunch, having activities that seniors can invest their time in and get some benefit from. And of course, the Wellness Center is for all of us, myself included. I look at myself and see the protrusion, and I think, well, I'd better get out there and do a little more than what I'm doing. So
well, you know what's funny about, not to go over Senior Services Plus, my grandpa with Rigdon used to clean the sewers out all the time, even back when it was Thomas or Jefferson School, right? Thomas and you guys had a lot of work to, as a whole, that building took a lot, and the amount of really just achievements and getting this going with the building was really impressive. And he told me, that goes, man, that was bad. It was tough.
Yeah.
And what are you, as you look back and you're doing all of these things, would you ever change it? All the community participation and being a part of a lot of organizations. Do you ever look back and go, man, maybe I should have played more golf, or maybe I should have done something else?
Well, I think it's part of one's DNA to, you have a feeling for the community, and you feel that, the community has something to give, and that people should be aware of what there is that it might give back to them. Mm-hmm. And so in doing that, a community takes a lot of volunteer time by a lot of people, and a lot of efforts are contributed by varying organizations to make a community work. I've never regretted volunteering. Again, that's been part of my DNA, and it truly comes from the heart. Yeah. It's not a part-time job. It's a heartfelt job. So I enjoyed, and I was honored by the recognition of Senior Services, and have great admiration continuing for them. So.
Absolutely. Before we take a break, I got to pay a bill, but we'll come right back. I want to tell you guys, if you haven't been to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council yet, you guys thought Don Rickles was funny in Dangerfield. You have some of the best one-liners out there. I just want to throw that out there, Zeke. You have some great material.
Well, I have a good writer. So it's I've had a lot of experience of well, stand-up comedian, so I try to contribute what I can, which is probably boring for a lot of people, but you got to keep it mirthful, so that's what I try to do.
You're absolutely right. It's 9:30 on this 18th day of July. We'll take a quick break. Our conversation with Zeke Jaybusch. That continues after a quick one. With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, 9:32, a little bit of change on this Tuesday in downtown Alton at the RiverBender building. CJ Nasello here with Zeke Jaybusch, President of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. Any projects coming down the pipeline that we need to be aware of?
Well, we have our Innovation Committee. And the Innovation Committee is working on ways to give back to the community. And we've kind of hit on 3 principal components, which we're trying to work through and come up with an effective plan for each of the 3 components which are giving back. I'd prefer not to tell you what those are, but it will afford opportunities for not only our membership, but also other volunteers who might want to participate in each of those 3 components. We'll probably be ready to announce what those are, I would say, probably in September. Committee has been working about a year now.
Wow.
And it is, it's been rewarding and a lot of frustration too, because a lot of people that are involved in the committee expect to see things that happen right now. But this is something that we feel it takes time, and we want to digest all the components so that we can make good plans going forward for each of the 3 components that we intend to introduce. The other thing is that we, as part of the Benjamin Godfrey Legacy Trail, the committee, or the then committee, determined that we would have a speaker series. And so we're going to have the first of what we call the Benjamin Godfrey Legacy Trail Entrepreneurial Speakers Series in November.
Oh, wow.
And that will be at Lewis and Clark College, and it will be a luncheon. And the afternoon session will be for students, not only of Lewis and Clark, but for Principia and SIU, and probably some of the high school students from the varying high schools. So we're looking forward to that.
What do you, and I am too, and we'll keep you posted whenever those details are finalized or the date set. We will have those out to you right away, folks. But I wanted to ask you, speaking of that, because I was in Riverbend CEO when I started my first business and partnered it off and moved on down the road. What are your thoughts? It seems like a lot more and more, there's younger people trying to, take a stab at the American dream, trying to find their passion and develop it. Have you noticed that, or has that always been the way it has been?
No, I think there's a component of young people that have that flair and have a desire to be more than what they are. Mm-hmm. And so the CEO program is a prime example of yourself included, of that initiative on their part. And they need a great deal of help, just like all of us do in life. And so part of our motivation is to become more involved in the CEO program. And as you know, we extended the invitation to the CEO members who came to our meetings and just kind of saw at least what our organization was about, and got the benefit of the good speakers that we've tried to have for our meetings. So I'm in agreement with you, and I hope that more young men and young women become involved in that particular program. So
that's my call to action notification for everyone at home. Please look into it. I'm telling you, it changed my life. Well,
I'm sure.
I tell people I wouldn't have been here without CEO, because the connections and going to the different various meetings like North Alton, Godfrey, and circling back to that. Throughout your tenure with the organization, is there one event, one milestone that you look back on and go, well, that was the turning point to where we're at now?
Well, I think we built a gazebo out at Glazebrook Park, and that occurred in the early 2000s, probably 2001 or 2, when Glazebrook was kind of in its infancy and was in the developmental stage, thanks to, in great part, Norma Glazebrook, who's now passed. But the park provided an environment for people of any genre to be a part of the beauty of the park, but also have a place to have lunch or dinner or whatever the case may be and have family. And so we were happy that we could be a part of that, and I think that was a starting point for us in terms of what we term giving back to the community. We've tried a rodeo, and it was successful for 3 years, and the third year it rained.
Oh, no.
So that rained our profit down the drain. And, the rodeo went on, but we didn't have any crowds. And so, anyway, we've had goodness and badness in terms of projects that we've done. So.
Well, I'm sure, too, before I let you go, whenever you're going and doing more projects and you're looking at, this year, next year, I'm sure you're going back going, well, when we tried this one didn't work, and we did that. And it helps, though. It's just experience, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And
right.
With that being said, you aren't planning on going anywhere anytime soon away from the NA North Alton Godfrey Business Council?
Life it's a string, and my string's running out. But as long as I can, I'm going to participate, as long as I feel good. And I feel good.
Good. So. That's what I wanted to hear today, because I'm looking forward to the next meeting. Do you know what date the next meeting is?
Be, August the 7th, I believe.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
I believe. And that will be at Miller King Law Firm, and it will feature, I'm not sure who it's going to feature. It was going to feature Tom Hain, but he has another commitment. So
that's what we call
We'll have a good speaker.
That's what we call a tease in the radio business. That's a stay tuned and just go to the meeting and see what happens.
Right. Happy to invite. Happy for anyone to come as a guest. Yes. encourage that.
Absolutely. And Zeke, thanks so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate your time and really appreciate all the great work you've done for this community.
Well,
and
thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you on August the 7th.
Okay, very good.
9:39, and we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock right after this one on a Tuesday in downtown Alton. With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Well, this isn't good. I think my headphones broke. Oh, welcome back to Our Daily Show. It is 9:42 on this 18th day of July. Oh, man. Yeah, they broke. My headphones broke. That's a darn shame. How great of a conversation was that with Zeke Jaybusch, though? Love talking to Zeke and really love hearing about all the, really great things that are going down at the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. I mean that. I look forward to it because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Really honest. I don't like meetings, lunch meetings. I thought, I never was a fan until I went to North Alton Godfrey Business Council. Here's why. I'm telling you this. Everyone there loves being there. The camaraderie's there, and you see everyone just around, the tables and just chatting away, and that's what it's all about. So that's why I really like going to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, because you get to hear all the developments, you get to meet new faces, you get to catch up and connect, and I think that's what's so, needed and crucial for us to keep going. So if you haven't been a part of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council yet, I highly encourage you to do so. And just go to NAGBC.com. I had to think about the acronym. NAGBC.com to learn more today. In Edwardsville, the Edwardsville Municipal Band is thrilled to announce its upcoming concert, jazz, sing, and more, scheduled to take place on Thursday, July the 20th at 8 p.m. at the bandstand at City Park. Under the direction of co-conductor Dr. Ruben Dario Gomez, the band pays homage to the legends of jazz and features electric lineup of composers, from the unforgettable sound of Glenn Miller's big band hits to the timeless ragtime melodies of Scott Joplin. The audience will be transported on a nostalgic journey through the history of American music. The concert will also include selections, if I could read, from the renowned Henry Mancini, whose cinematic compositions have left a mark on the world of music. Furthermore, the infectious rhythms and energy of Miami's Sound Machine will infuse the evening with a vibrant Latin flavor, bringing a touch of tropical heat to the park. Concessions available during the event will directly benefit the Glen Ed Kiwanis. For more information about the Edwardsville Municipal Band and its upcoming events, you can visit them on their Facebook page, Instagram page, or on the City of Edwardsville website. That looks fun. And I love the municipal bands. Did I tell you guys I went to go see the Alton Municipal Band down at Riverview Park, up at Riverview Park just a couple of weeks ago. And I think that's what's so fascinating about this show is I lived here forever. I haven't gone anywhere. I went to Texas for a few months and came on back. But I mean, there's so much I've still yet to do in this town, like going to that Alton Municipal Band and hearing some of that, music and seeing Riverview Park looking just amazing. And there's so many aspects, and events just like that I've never done before. So it's really great to, really see and experience that with this show. And I'm so happy to be here. And it looks like I'll be here for a little bit longer. Hey, I wanted to fill you in on something. You've heard me talk about my home buying process. I am almost officially moved in. I've been staying a couple of nights and getting things going. I got to get charter over there today, even though I don't know. That's another thing. I get ready to buy charter, and then all of a sudden I look online and everybody hates charter right now. It's all out. There's so many power outages. I don't know if I want charter, so I call AT&T. They gave me a plan that was slower than dial-up, and I live in Alton, so I don't know what's going on with this. All I can tell you is that Lisa Webb and 3rd Street Realty are the sole reason, along with just her great team of personnel, for the reason I'm in my home today. I mean, Lisa took care of me. She connected me with Deb Higgins, and she got things moving, and it was really a relatively easy process. I mean, really was. I think the biggest problem was me. I'm starting to really figure that out now. Well, Lisa Webb of 3rd Street Realty is a person who represents all of her clients, customers, and agents with what, she's always described as the highest level of professionalism, honesty, and integrity. And she did for me. Recently, someone told Lisa they heard that she only handles low-end homes. And, that stuck with Lisa. Here's her quote. This statement has stuck with me. It actually stuck with me in a bad way. Yes, I was saddened by the lack of knowledge. So who do we represent? First, we don't handle anything. We represent, and that is you. We represent your parents that they may be downsizing or moving into a new area. We represent your child, a child that is now an adult and buying their first home. We represent the young family that is now purchasing a bigger home. We represent the investor that needs to know their bottom line. We represent the homeowner that sells their longtime home to relocate. A family struggling with their current mortgage, trying to figure out if they can still sell their home or have to do a short sale. We represent asset managers having to handle the hoops of that foreclosure property. We represent you, your family, and your neighborhood. Webb said she believes homes of all types deserve to have professional service. If you, your family, or your company are looking for a professional brokerage to represent your asset investment, it can be $5,000 or $500,000. We're here for you. We represent you, not the price of your home. Each price point deserves to be respected and handled professionally. Another quote from Lisa Webb. 3rd Street Realty will do just that and continue to do that, even when somebody says you only represent low-end homes. Why, yes, we can represent low-end homes because every home deserves to be represented and not brushed off due to the home's worth. We are proud of our small brokerage, and we will continue to represent any price point to the best of our ability because you are who we are representing. That's a quote from Lisa Webb. You can learn more about Lisa Webb by calling 618-650-8787 or 3rdstrealty.com, but I can echo that statement and then some. I didn't feel like a number with Lisa Webb. Does that make sense? Where you call a company and, it doesn't matter. It doesn't be real estate. Let's talk, concrete work, sewer work, you name it, roofing. We've all ran into the company that kind of treats you like a number where, you call them, they ask you for the reference number or they ask you for an account number or they just go, what's your last name? Yeah. Give us 2 days. Call you back. I was always a step ahead of the game because Lisa would call me, hey, CJ, here's what's coming down the pipeline. This is what we need. I just talked to Deb. Here's what we need now. Let's go look at this. She was really, and I say that all the time, my advocate, because especially as a first-time home buyer, you got to be an advocate. You really do, because, you know, I didn't know anything about a house. I mean, I've worked on houses in Austin. I helped, manage the finances of a construction company out there. But I'm telling you this, I know nothing about what makes a house, check all the boxes on that 45-point safety inspection. She did. We found the best house for me. It's beautiful. I love it. I've never been happier. And it's all because of Lisa Webb. She'll be on the show tomorrow with Third on Third because it will be the third Wednesday of the month. Like I said, for more information, thirdstrealty.com. That is thirdstrealty.com. Or you can call 618-650-8787 and get your journey started with Lisa Webb today.
The I Love the 90s tour is back, featuring Vanilla Ice, Rob Bates, All for One, and Tag Team. It's the return of the I Love the 90s tour, Friday, August 4th, the Alton Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at metrotix.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black.
Oh, boy, my boy. 9:53, a little bit of change right back here on this 18th day of July. It's a Tuesday, right here in the 618. So listen to this. I'm feeling old, and probably all of us should. A rare first-generation iPhone, okay? The brick. The boulder is what I called it. I think that's an iPhone 3. I was going through this. 2007 iPhone. First generation. I didn't realize that was 07 when they came out. Auctioned off the other day for a record-setting $190,000. $190,372.80. It is now the holy grail of collectible iPhones. So listen to this. LCG Auction said Sunday's auction for the factory sealed 4 gigabyte model iPhone ended with a high bid of more than 400 times the device's original price. That is just insane. The original 4 gigabyte, okay? Your flash drive has more storage, is considered a holy grail amongst iPhone collectors. Its extreme scarcity is directly related to its limited production. The iPhone was discontinued just after 2 months after its launch due to its popularity being far surpassed by that 8 gigabyte model. The phone's provenance is pristine, as the co-signer was part of the original engineering team at Apple when the iPhone first launched. See, now I don't know about that. Hear me out here. You know, I'm glad he was a part of the team, and he's a big influence on all of our lives and helped make that iPhone. But I think the story would have been a lot better if it was just some, regular, average Joe, average CJ, probably, me, that finds the iPhone factory sealed and is able to, get ahead. Well, the collectors and investors have been hard-pressed to find a superior example, but this time they did. LCG Auctions previously sold an 8 gigabyte iPhone from 2007 for $63,000. Who wants an old phone? To me, I don't know. Maybe it's just my generation, and maybe it's just because we grew up with them. I just don't think of those as collector's items. I mean, those are as bad as the Beanie Babies, I mean, it's just a piece of metal. So with that being said, $190,000 gets you around a 15-year-old phone. Don't know if you saw this before we take a quick break. Officials in Australia are trying to identify this mysterious metal cylinder that washed up on a beach. The country's space agency said it could be from a foreign space launch vehicle. The unidentified object washed up on a beach in Greenhead, Western Australia, and police said it was examined by the Department of Fire and Emergency Services and the Chemistry Center of Western Australia to confirm it did not pose a danger to the public. Now, the police will maintain security of the object until it's removed. Could you imagine being the police officer there? You're just staring at a hunk of metal. And members of the public are requested to stay away from the location. The Australian Space Agency did say on Twitter that it is working with authorities to try to identify this object. The object could be from a foreign space launch vehicle, the agency tweeted. We are liaising the global counterparts who may be able to provide more information as the origin of the object is unknown. The community should avoid handling or attempting to move the object. See, here's another thought for you. I don't think that public officials should say not to touch anything, because the moment you do, you get about 500 people that go, hold my beer, I'm going to go touch this. I have seen this, and I still can't determine what this is. I mean, it's not just a little, toy box. This thing's a massive, massive cylinder that washed up on the beach. So between that and the $190,000 iPhone, things are getting pretty weird on a Tuesday at 9:58. Hey, before I take a quick break, SafeFoodSpecialist.com, SafeFoodSpecialist.com. That is the way to get in touch with Linda Pedersen and be a part of those food handling classes. She's the best, and I mean the best in the state, by far, bar none. It's Linda Pedersen. She travels all over to provide restaurants, their employees, the opportunity to get that class, get that certification so they can continue to serve their customers. And what I like about it is Linda keeps the class fun, because let's be honest, food safety, that doesn't have a nice ring to it. But when you're in a class with somebody like Linda who knows it all and is really, really good at what they do, it flies by. It's an 8-hour intensive class that ends with an exam, so you better be prepared if you have to retake it. But she makes it fun. She makes it engaging, just like she does with Food for Thought on the first Friday of each month for many months to come. You can hang out with myself, Chef Michael LePage, and Safe Food Specialist Linda Pedersen as we talk about the food industry and ways to keep us safe. Last month, we talked about gloves, which I thought was a really great segment. I found some products that I might like, and that's what I love about Linda Pedersen. It's not just for the restaurant industry. It's for all of us keeping ourselves, our clients, our families safe. If you need to look up any of Linda's upcoming classes, maybe you have to take an allergens test, a Bassett, a sexual harassment test. All of those are available. SafeFoodSpecialist.com. That is SafeFoodSpecialist.com. Coming up on 10 o'clock in downtown Alton. Take a break. Top of the hour news next on our daily show.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, welcome back, 10:03 on this Tuesday right here. It's a summer morning in downtown Alton. Taking you to the top of the hour news now. Make sure you get the latest news and you never miss out on your number one trusted source for all your daily daily local news, including sports with Around the Riverbend and our breaking news alerts. You can get the Riverbender app, get the notifications turned on, and you are always in the know on weather alerts and things that are pertinent to all of us here in the 618. We'll take you to Woods River first. Dan Brandon is our content director, and he reports the following. 22-year-old Ethan S. Harrell is facing multiple charges after an alleged break-in of the Wood River Street Department, 3 motor vehicles, and a Gulf Stream on Wednesday, July the 12th. Harrell faces 5 total burglary charges. One count said he knowingly entered without authority a building for the Wood River Street Department. Another count alleges that Harrell entered a 2002 Dodge Ram motor vehicle belonging to the street department with an attempt to commit a theft, but that no damage was caused during the said entry. Then the third count stated that the defendant, without authority, entered a 2008 Ford F-150 motor vehicle belonging to the street department with the intent to commit theft, but again, no damage committed. An additional count alleges that Harrell attempted to commit a theft of a 2022 Gulfstream in the 1200th block of Madison Avenue. However, the entry resulted in no damage to that trailer. The fifth count alleges Harrell entered without authority a 1993 Nissan 240SX located in the 1400th block of Edwardsville Road. However, again, the charge said no damage was caused. Harrell's bond set at $100,000. Also in the news today, coming up Thursday through Sunday, Mike Logan Ministries is hosting a Catch the Wave revival across America starting on July the 20th through July 23rd. Each night from 6 to 9 p.m., the event will see local church members and people of all religious affiliations gather at Tim Rooney Stadium at the Lewis and Clark Community College campus in Godfrey. Carol and Mike Logan joined me on the show just a few days ago. They discussed the upcoming revival and the message behind it. While the revival is starting in Godfrey for now, Mike said he plans to expand the event from town to town, including East St. Louis, with future plans for a stadium event with all attendees from each town. Carol said the goal behind this revival is to get people back into fellowship of in-person worship after the pandemic. Both Carol and Mike emphasized that this event is open to everyone, including those who have faith and even those who don't, especially in the next up-and-coming generations. A variety of representatives from local organizations and churches will also be in attendance with a different lineup each night of the event. The first night on Thursday will feature St. Ambrose Catholic Church in Godfrey, St. Mary's Catholic Church in Alton, and St. Peter's and Paul Church in Alton. Reverend Jerry McCaskey of Evangelical United Church of Christ in Godfrey, who is retiring soon, will also be honored at the event, as will Pastor Sam White of Monroe Memorial, who will cap off the first night. The Catch the Wave revival across America is sponsored by local churches and businesses, the names of which will be read during each night of the event. Carol added that she also helps lift the spirits of women experiencing hair loss and much more at Roberta's Lovely Ladies Boutique, located at 603 West Delmar in Alton. A quote from Carol: "We do mastectomy fittings for ladies going through cancer and wig fittings. I do wigs for all ladies with all types of hair loss as well, not just individuals with cancer. We service all ladies through any type of hair loss." They're usually very positive, Carol added, especially with ladies that do have cancer that come in. Their attitude is so good. Sometimes we pray with them. We show love and compassion. To learn more about the Catch the Wave revival across America and Roberta's Lovely Ladies Boutique, you can see the full interview with the Logans at RiverBender.com/daily show. Coming up in just a few short days, Alton Little Theater is kicking off their 90th season and is reminding us all of the upcoming performances of Monty Python's Spamalot that begins on Friday, July 21st and runs through July 30th at the Showplace. The July 21st, 22nd, and 26th shows are at 7:30 p.m. The July 23rd and 30th shows are matinees at 2. The director of this performance is Kevin Frakes, and tickets are just $25. Lee Cox of Alton Little Theater said she wants everyone to have a summer blast of fun at Spamalot. We have 22 of our best performers to give it their all so you can enjoy laughing again, she said. Everyone sings and dances and creates a summer spectacular of Grand Theater. Cox closed by saying, don't delay. Call 618-462-3205 today, or you can go online and get your tickets now. AltonLittleTheater.org, AltonLittleTheater.org. As we take a look at weather right now as it sits at 10:09, it is 77 degrees, but it feels like 90. Today it will be cloudy and humid with a couple of heavy thunderstorms, and please note that those thunderstorms could possibly bring flooding, downpours, hail, and damaging wind gusts. Then tonight it will be rather cloudy, heavy thunderstorms. It will be humid, and again, thunderstorms this evening could bring hail, winds, and a significant risk of flash flooding. So please be mindful and sign up for your Riverbender weather alert so you're always up to date and in the know with your number one trusted source. Right now, it's 77 degrees at 10:09 at the Riverbender building in Alton, but for updated time and temperature around the clock, you can call 618-465-4545, this time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, return home. Coming up, John Meehan joins us in studio, the new 5th Ward Alderman for the city of Alton. He joins us after a quick one right here in the 618.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota. Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota RAV4. Look what Tucson has.
And what?
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Here we go, 10:14, my fault. 10:35, John Meehan joins us. I promise, I went to sleep, didn't drink last night. I'm really in good shape. Maybe I should have. Hey, here's a look at some of the most unusual things that I found today. Time for the All-Star Award right here on this Tuesday and on our daily show. Let's start off with this. Alrighty. So, listen to this. A man who returned an expensive gift that he bought his sister for her wedding after she repeatedly snubbed his longtime girlfriend during the wedding planning process was completely within his right to do so, according to an etiquette expert. Listen to this. My girlfriend Naomi and I have been together for over a decade. And, well, he just wants to know, am I the a-hole? That's what he said. He asked others about his dilemma for not giving his sister the wedding gift she wanted because how she treated his girlfriend. He wrote, my younger sister Sarah and my girlfriend have been super close, but are friendly when we get together, or I guess they were. While not overly close, they did have a positive history together. When Sarah was in high school, Naomi helped her out with some personal things he even put in this post, airing out the family business. I love it. He said his sister asked his girlfriend to join her bridal party about 2 seconds after she told us she was engaged. So the man wrote, she said she was so grateful to Naomi for all the help when they were younger. And a few weeks later, the sister posted pictures of, well, the bridesmaids' proposals brunch without the man's girlfriend. Sarah said it never. Sarah never said it to either of our faces, but she clearly changed her mind. Naomi was hurt, but she understood because she hadn't expected the ask anyway. While the man said he and his girlfriend were fine with her not being in the bridal party, the sister's strange behavior continued. A few months later, Sarah asked Naomi to go to the bachelorette party and also come get ready the day of with her friends and bridesmaids. Naomi was involved in the planning process for the bachelorette party and even helped her find a good place to go for a rental. So, the man also wrote, a week before the wedding, Naomi texted Sarah and asked about getting ready and hair and makeup, and Sarah responded acting confused and basically tells her nicely to just come with me. Wow, here we go. At this point, he decided to return the really expensive baking mixer that he had bought his sister as a wedding present. My mom had ruined the surprise. She expected it. Oh, what an all-star. I love this. This is what this award was meant for. When the sister noticed that the mixer was not among her gifts, Bridezilla text. I don't know how to ask this, but what happened with the mixer? Here's what the guy responded. Oh no, this is where you should have just acted like it got lost and you're going to give it to her on Christmas. Here's what happens. The guy responded and wrote back. You got to learn from this. Everyone take notes. I didn't know how to ask, but what happened to treating my girlfriend like a freaking human being? The text response made... Well, the text response from the gentleman made his brother, brother-in-law, mother-in-law, and mother all upset, and they accused him of ruining her happy time. Wrote the man of Reddit. Naomi, of her part, says, I probably shouldn't have done that, but she feels a little vindicated. He responds by saying the following. I might be the a-hole because Sarah was expecting that fancy mixer, but I was definitely being petty. I love it. He added, I suppose I could have communicated with her better, but Naomi told me not to, and I didn't. So that could make me the a-hole too. So here's the update. We have a follow-up. So the user said that talking to his sister made things even more confusing. Said when she asked Naomi to be a bridesmaid, she meant an honorary bridesmaid. That's like getting an honorary doctorate. You know, I think actually that'd be a good bridesmaid to have. Do you get to stand up? I don't know. You don't have to do all the work. She then asked for the bachelorette party. Naomi told her she works most weekends, so she didn't think that she'd be able to attend with just helping her plan. Naomi said that she told Sarah to give her dates so she could take off the days and be there. Oh, this is just very, very great. So the girlfriend previously asked the brother, her boyfriend, not to bring up the bridesmaid snub or bachelorette party, and, well, didn't happen. A family feud because of a wedding. So an etiquette expert is saying that the brother had every right to get the mixer back before giving it to his sister, but the etiquette expert said, also way over his head. Jacqueline Whitmore is the founder of the Protocol School of Palm Beach. There are two sides to every story, though. We're only reading one side. She added that the issues between the sister and girlfriend, Naomi should have had a conversation, except, instead of throwing the boyfriend right back in the spotlight, it wasn't the brother's place to step up and say anything unless Naomi had asked him to do so. Clearly a miscommunication issue. That is a group of all-stars. I mean, think about this. You're going to be married a long time. That mixer is probably going to last you 4 years in today's market. With the way things are made, you and I both know the more you pay for something, the easier it breaks. This isn't the old days. So, I mean, come on. A mixer leads to a family feud. What about this? So, an escaped goat that eluded capture for several weeks in Nebraska has finally been captured safely by animal control officers. I wonder how much that cost the taxpayer. Lincoln Animal Control said in a Facebook post that its Goat Interdiction Task Force, trademarked, was mobilized when the goat was spotted near Leach Camper Sales in Lincoln. Let me tell you more about this. The goat had been spotted on multiple occasions during the past few weeks and at one point led authorities on a chase through the University of Nebraska Lincoln's East Campus. The Post said the goat was finally captured thanks to the help of a fence and the awesome employees of Leach Camper Sales. The goat taken to a humane society. Hold on here. Let me go back up. So, I love that. I just love it. So, the animal control officers failed every step of the way here. A fence and employees at Leach Camper Sales are the reason, not the ones that get paid to capture the animal. At 1021, there's your All-Star Award. And, oh, man. Hey, so, there's always things that I want to talk about that I see and I think are kind of unique. And one of the things that terrifies me and really does is a sinkhole. I always just, to me, those are the things that you read about and it just makes my skin crawl. Well, I've always wondered about the aftermath of one. What happens if nobody's around? Is there animals there? How do they get rescued? Well, firefighters in North Carolina came to the rescue of a donkey that fell down a sinkhole and couldn't climb back up. Wake Forest Fire Department said in a Facebook post that Engine 4 and Ladder 1 crews responded alongside the Raleigh Urban Search and Rescue and the Brassfield Volunteer Fire Department when the donkey was trapped in a Granville County sinkhole. Crews from all agencies worked together to create a lifting system to pull the donkey out of the hole. The donkey, named Dora, at least he was exploring, was hoisted to safety. Firefighters said the animal was not injured, but I've always found that fascinating. How someone's able to find that, ways to get, 500-pound animal out of a sinkhole is pretty impressive. But there's your All-Star Award today. It's 10:23. We'll come back with more of our daily show. But before I do that, let me tell you about Alton VFW, Post 1308. They are friends of the show. And Friday Night Food is back at the Post, baby. If you go to VFWpost1308.org, you will get all the latest information. And stay tuned because guess who's coming back to the show? Life is looking good, and it always does with Alton VFW because they're a big community partner for us here. They're a part of so many activities and events and organizations like the Boy Scouts and so much more. So whether or not you've been to the canteen on a Friday night to do a little bit of dancing, maybe throw a dart or two, and Go over and hit that Prairie State Gaming Room. Oh, yes. Hit that jackpot there and then go catch up with some old friends, make some new ones, and get the opportunity to talk to some of the veterans that served our country with honor. You can do all of that at Alton VFW Post 1308. And whether or not you want to utilize their facilities for another event, that banquet hall, we've all been inside of there. They take care of you. They don't just throw you the keys and go, all right, have a good time. They're going to help you and make sure that your event's a success as well. So there's all these things to learn about the Post that I'm still figuring out. Me, the one that does the show, I'm still learning. And I know you guys are too. For more information, altonvfwpost1308.org. That's altonvfwpost1308.org. And if you haven't yet, go back and watch the Salute to Service Memorial Day show. That's where we got to talk to some of the veterans at VFW and got to hear their stories. And there's going to be more coming down the pipeline. At 1024, there you go. VFW, post1308.org. We'll come back. More of our daily show next in downtown Alton.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
and nothing can cool me. Yeah. I just might turn to smoke, but I feel fine. 'Cause your kisses lift me higher, like the sweet song on the choir, and you light my
Welcome back. It's 10:29. A little bit of change. I may or may not have done this again. I keep forgetting to tell people that we're on TV too. And Alderman Meehan, how are we today?
Good.
You know, speaking of Zeke Jaybusch, it was so cool to see you at the North Alton Godfrey Business Council and finally connected in person. And, you know, now that everything's kind of, you know, the dust is settling a bit, how are you feeling?
Well, pretty good. Pretty good about things, you know. I'm involved with a lot of different organizations within the city limits of Alton. North Alton Business is one of them, and Zeke Jaybusch is a good friend and really a mover and shaker here in the community.
Absolutely. And if you don't mind, take us through the appointment. You know, Alderman Brake has, you know, been serving the city for a very long time and done some great things. It was time to him to, you know, move down the road. How did your appointment come about?
Well, when I first came to Alton 30-some years ago, Bob Taus was alderman at the time, and eventually he left and became mayor, and that's history. Then Charlie Brake came in. I've known Charlie for 30 years. And, you know, Charlie was having more and more health troubles. You know, it's one thing to get old, but then sometimes to have health problems too. So he was asking if I would be interested in possibly running or being an alderman if he had to step down. So that's why I came along, and he and I talked, and he wrote a letter to the mayor and asked that if in the event that he was forced to retire because of health reasons, if the mayor would appoint me, and the mayor said yes. So that's the way it kind of goes along. If an alderman is not able to finish their term, usually they have the right to ask the mayor to appoint someone that they would want in that position, because the voters have given Charlie Brake their vote of yes. So there's some authority in that will of his to have his own person to come in. You know.
Absolutely. And take us through the first city council meeting after you're sworn in. How were the first festivities, we'll just call them?
Well, let's put it this way. Charles Brake read his letter of resignation, and it was accepted. There was applause, and then I was called forward, and I was sworn into office, you know, as alderman for the 5th Ward. And then I basically took my chair with the other 6 aldermen.
So you hit the ground running, huh?
Yeah, and it's all the aldermen had to vote nay or yay on my appointment, and I received all 6 votes, which I was very happy about because they're all good people. You know, all the people that serve as aldermen, alderpersons here in the city of Alton, they're all good people. They're trying to do the best they can for their ward, and we're working together as a group, as sitting aldermen, and we work with the mayor for the benefit of the community of Alton, Illinois.
Without a doubt. And on top of that, were you surprised at all, just circling back a couple of bits, were you surprised when Charlie called you and had this conversation and said, hey, John, would you be interested in really talking about this?
Well, since I've known Charles for such a long time, I would call him and we would talk, you know, quite often.
Right.
So he was like a personal friend. So I knew he was struggling, and it really didn't come as too much of a surprise. He really wanted to finish out his term, but, you know, that age has a way of catching up to you, and there's no stopping it. So.
Right. Well, and speaking about the 5th Ward, are there some things, too, that you're looking at, you know, kind of, you know, I don't want to ask you any, you know, direct questions, but is there, you know, an idea that you have that you'd like to start seeing implemented, or are you just kind of gauging right now?
But I'm really trying to getting to know where the ward is. If you draw,
it's true.
If you draw the map lines for the wards, the 7 wards, it's all over the place. And I'm sitting between 2 aldermen, Rosie and Stephanie Elliott, of the wards on either side of me, and they were saying how one side of the street could be Ward 5 and the other could be Ward 4. So just, I want to go down to the county and get a detailed map. And I want to drive around. If I see people out in the yard, I want to stop and talk and introduce myself, you know. I'm pretty well known in the community. I'm involved with a lot of projects and received a lot of support from community members. But I'd like to go out and meet some of the plain folk in the ward. And one thing I'd like to work on is something kind of hard to do, but I think it's so important important that if neighbors would get to know each other.
I agree.
You know, so often I've known people to live on a block for 10 years, and you ask who lives across the street, and they have no idea who they are. And I think it's good to get to know your neighbors, because they really, in this day and age, are your best security system if you ever have to be out of town. And you develop a family kind of a relationship. I mean, you're not kissing cousins.
Right,
you know,
right.
But, you know, these are good people, and you share something in common. You live on the same block. You live in the same ward. You live in the same community. Sometimes your kids go to the same schools. So I think you should, you know, it's kind of a neat thing. I want to get people to connect with each other as much as I can.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. It seems like you're right. You know, this day and age, it's not, you know, knocking on the door and handing that, you know, tray of brownies over when you move into town. It seems like it's a little bit different, and I'd love to see that back. And speaking of just neighborhoods, you know, and speaking of Ward 5 specifically, before your appointment, I was talking to a few folks in the ward that kind of knew that this was coming down the pipeline, and resounding, everyone said, no, if it's John, yes, absolutely. And what do you attribute that to?
Well, I don't know. I think I like to know my neighbors.
That's a good point.
You know, and it's interesting. You know, there are a lot of people moving into Alton, and sometimes there's a lot of negativity about the city of Alton. You know, people are moving out. No, there are people moving in. My neighbor 2 doors down from me is from Melbourne, Australia, and he bought that house.
Wow. Really?
2 doors down from me, from Melbourne, Australia.
Did you know how he found out?
I think he found it somewhere online, and he just the dots connected for him, and he moved here from Melbourne, Australia. Honestly, and there's a lovely home right across the street from the Lovejoy Monument. That's not my ward. I believe that's Mr. Strabel's ward. African American professor of culture from University of Illinois has redone that house, and she's planning on retiring here. So there's a lot of activity going on all over the city, and some of the, let's say, concerns, some of the problems, they don't just happen in Ward 5. You know, there's all the wards have some common problems, you know, and trying to clean up our neighborhoods and have a positive image and that kind of stuff.
Without a doubt. And on top of that, you know, I think what you just hit on earlier is just kind of circling back to that knowing your neighbor. It goes a long way when it comes to these issues that we're facing, because if we all got to know each other a little bit more and be out there for each other, you know, I think life would look pretty good.
And even those neighbors that sometimes you might have had some problems in the past. When I first came here, there was a little bit of a tiff between a neighbor and I. Now we're best friends, you know, because we both reached out to each other, and that's important to reach out. You know, sometimes when there's a conflict in a ward or there's a conflict on the city council, if there's nothing wrong with conflict, but just reaching out in a positive way.
Absolutely. And it was going to my next part about communication, because you're absolutely right. And is that something that you're looking to really be a part of, is just the communicative process and having those conversations?
Well, there's a lot of things you could do today, I think, like opportunities like with Facebook and things like that.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think the personal contact, I'm going to have some cards made up, business cards, and go around and visit people and just get to know the ward. So when I drive down the street, I say, yes, this is my ward, or this is, you know, Rosie Brown's ward, and things like that.
You know, it's so funny. I was talking to Alderwoman Allen the other day, and we were talking because I just moved into my house in North Alton. I go, I don't know what ward I'm in. I'm one of your guys' problems, you know. But you're right.
Well, you know, some people really don't. They don't know what ward they're in.
It's
they
true.
don't know who their alderman is. It's really not their fault. But it's, well, who, you know,
but to have that map would be nice to kind of get.
But it is on your voting voting card what ward you live in, where you vote. You know?
Right. And when you moved into town, you know, you said what, 33 years ago?
32 years ago. I bought my house. I had a contract on it at Christmas time, 1989.
Oh, wow.
Then moved in 1990.
And what was one thing that just took you away from this community right off the bat?
Well, I think the history of this place is really marvelous, and it's just a great place to live. So much rich history. I was just researching in 1830, which is a number of years ago, the population of Alton, according to the 1830 census, was 2,100 people. The population of Chicago, 300. So at one time, Alton had 7 times the population of the city of Alton.
No way. That is incredible.
Yeah.
I would have never have thought that.
Yeah, well, we settled from the south coming up,
You're right.
And
yeah.
we had the river. I'll say it again. The river was the way.
Mm-hmm.
This was before trains, before no roads. Benjamin Godfrey built a road from Alton Godfrey to bring product down to the river. So the river is so important. And Alton has a rich history. Some not so good history.
It's true.
You can't deny the reality of that, but so much wonderful history.
Absolutely. And, as you're, kind of, getting your, feet on the ground and you're starting to move forward here, representing the 5th Ward, is your plan to run again, after this term's up, or see how it goes?
Well, the way this works out, when Charles Brake resigned, I fill out the remainder of his term. So
Right.
it gives me about 2 years to get an idea, I'm not particularly a young chicken anymore, I'm a mature fellow. I'm 70 years old, but we'll see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
How things go.
And if, anyone in the 5th Ward is wanting to reach out, maybe a business owner that wants to get to know you a little bit, is there a way yet to reach out?
Well, I believe if you call City Hall, my name and my information is on file there at City Hall. I live right across the street from East School on Washington
Oh,
Avenue.
yeah, absolutely.
And I own 4 homes right across the street from East School. So that's a pretty significant point in our ward, right on Washington Avenue.
Absolutely. And just circling back to what we touched on earlier with organizations, how important are these organizations for the longevity of, the community, whether it's downtown in that district or in Upper Alton or, throughout North Alton or just the Riverbend region as a whole?
I believe in volunteerism. If there is such a word, I believe there is. There are so many opportunities for people within the city limits of Alton to get involved. Yeah, either as a business, as a person. You could get involved with churches. There are outreach programs. There are special school programs that are sponsored to help kids that struggle in schools. There's volunteers are needed at the public schools, and there are just so many opportunities to be involved with the community that goes beyond just you living in a house on Washington Avenue.
True. You're absolutely right. And to me, I kind of get on the soapbox here because I talk to my generation all the time and go, guys, let's get out there, because we have all these organizations on, and everyone's facing a similar problem. It's that the volunteers that built the organization are starting to get a little bit older. They need somebody to come in and help, kind of take that next generation. And I really hope that we can get some younger folks out there too to really start contributing, because we are, but we need a little bit more,
Oh yeah.
And with that being said, I just think the appointment was definitely necessary, and I'm so excited to see what you're doing here on the city council. And now, did you have anyone call you, any of the alder people call you and go, all right, John, here's some advice for you?
Well, all the aldermen have been very gracious to me.
Good.
Yeah, all of them. I sat down at that chair that Charles Brake has sat in for so many years, and immediately Rosie next to me wrote her phone number. She said, call me if you need anything.
That's
How about
awesome.
That? Just right before the meeting, call me if you want to. I'd be glad to help you out. And she's one of she's not been an alderman that long, So I respect that. I did have a chance to go out to lunch with Miss Elliott, and a wonderful lady, and then I know Betsy, and I know Carolyn and Ray, and all the alder persons. They're all good people.
They really are. And did you have a conversation with Mayor Goins before you took the appointment?
Yeah, the mayor had called me in the office because he knew of me and about me, and he just wanted to sit down, and I had a chuckle when I was walking from his desk, office area, front desk, to his table conference area. I said, Mr. Mayor, have you ever had decisions that cause you to lose sleep at night? And he looked around, he said, oh, yes. So, the mayor and I talked, and he never asked me like how I would vote or anything like that. But you never vote in a vacuum. You have to say yay or nay, and you have to have your own personal feelings. You have to get the vibrations that you're getting from your constituents, and you want to do what's best for the city.
And now that's exactly, I don't know if you're reading minds today too, but it was a perfect segue, because that's what I was going to ask you. To me, I've never, even thought about an alderman or, what that would take to lead a ward or a part of the community. But how is that? You know, whenever you're looking at these things going forward, because, you know, we're just getting started, is it going to be, do you think, a little bit of a learning curve to go, well, what do I want to, then what is the needs of the ward want?
Yeah. Well, I am alderman and I am a resident.
Right.
And I'm a member of the community of the 5th Ward.
Yeah.
But I have my neighbors, and now I just have more neighbors.
That's true. That's a great point.
Because I do that neighborly kind of feeling is a good thing, you know. So I'm hoping sometime I'm not at all I'm familiar with just stopping in front of a nice house and complimenting someone. And, my gosh, your yard looks great. Or thanks for picking up papers around the circle by St. Anthony's Hospital and things like that.
Well, and it goes back to what we started with this conversation, being a neighbor. You know, I mean, to me, that goes a long way when you're going, hey, your yard's looking great. You know, Mike Smith, thanks for, you know, it really looks good. Yeah. That goes a long way. And I'm excited to see, you know, this neighborly bond, you know, hopefully overtaking all the 5th Ward and coming back to the city of Alton again. Yeah. And, you know, seriously, Alderman Meehan, thank you so much for stopping by. I told you 15 minutes, we talked for 20.
Well, that's fine. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time.
And seriously, nothing but the best. If you have anything you want to talk about, anything you're working on, feel free to give me a call and get right back in the studio.
Thank you.
And I'll see you at the North Alton Godfrey Business Council meeting.
Yes.
10:44, a little bit of change on this Tuesday in downtown Alton. It's the 18th day of July. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up this bad boy after this one in downtown Alton.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sorry, I was still talking to Alderman Meehan. What time is it? 10:46. Welcome back. Don't know if you guys saw this. A little bit of an update. We just talked to Margaret Freer a couple of days ago about Christmas in July, community Christmas as a whole. We talked to her and Carrie Freer. But speaking of Freers out of Richmond, Virginia, how about this? Lily Freer is once again a member of a national championship girls soccer team. Lily, of course, of Alton, was a midfielder on the St. Louis Scott Gallagher Navy ENCL Under-17 squad. She is the daughter of Tim and Carrie Freer and the granddaughter of Margaret and Mike Freer. The SLSG Navy ENCL defeated Solar, a Texas squad, 4-2 Monday morning to claim the national title for the second consecutive season. A quote from Lily: "This is the best feeling winning back-to-back. It is such an awesome experience. We couldn't have done this without our amazing coaches. Winning this again means everything. It justifies all of the hard work our team puts in all year long." Congratulations, Lily. Back-to-back national championships. That's impressive. Really, really impressive. And, just like, all the things going on. We've talked about the amphitheater and all the summer events coming down the pipeline. There is a bunch to do in the Riverbend this week and weekend. Today at 11, Jay and Leslie's Juggling at East Alton Library is taking part at 11 a.m. It embarks. And then at 3 p.m. today, the East Alton Farmers Market at 4 p.m. today at the Jerseyville City Center Plaza, the Jersey County Farmers and Artisans Market, then at Hainer Library at 6 p.m. The Early Bird Gets the Worm Community Science Series, all about birds, at the Hainer Library location inside the Alton Square Mall. Then on Wednesday, Teen Blackout Poetry at 11 a.m. at East Alton Library. At Senior Services Plus, a really great presentation on energy efficiency from Ameren. So if you have the opportunity, head on over to SSP tomorrow at 11 a.m., just right after the show's done, and learn about energy efficiency from Ameren. Celebrate Recovery Alton, taking place at Celebrate Recovery Alton on Wednesday night. Then on Thursday, the Wood Rivers Farmers Market taking place. How All Anon Works weekly meeting taking place as well. The branching out discussion, vital records from the church to the courthouse at the Genealogy and Local History Library, at 10 a.m. on Thursday in Alton, right here down the road on State Street. Kids Create Your Own Canvas takes place at 11 a.m. on Thursday at the East Alton Library. The Village of Brighton's Farmers Market takes place at 4 p.m. at Schneider Park. Maryville Farmers Market taking place at 5 p.m. at Furman's Park. And then Night Market on Broadway this Thursday, 7 p.m. in the beautiful green space between Jacoby Arts Center and Germania Brew House. And then on Thursday in Grafton, it's Grafton's Music in the Park at 7 p.m. at Grove Park. On Friday, a rummage sale taking place at 8:30 a.m. at Lovejoy, UPC, and Wood River. Christmas in July raffle this Friday, 10:30 a.m. The Sloppy Joe starts serving, and you and I and all of us can help make sure that every child in the Riverbend region has a present, has a Christmas morning like they all deserve. That takes place at 10:30 a.m. Storytelling with Sherry Norfolk takes place at the Mill at 2 p.m. in Granite City. Axe throwing at the East Alton Library taking place at 6 p.m. at the East Alton Library District. Then VBS Extreme Summer Camp at Life Church at 6:30 p.m. in Jerseyville. That's at Life Church X in Jerseyville at 6:30 p.m. on Friday. That's the VBS Extreme Summer Camp. Friday night, live music with Hill Williams Band at Alton VFW, open to the public. They want you there at 7 p.m. at the Post, 1308, right there on Albee Street. Roald Dahl's Matilda the Musical at 7:30 at the Dunham Hall Theater, parking lot B in Edwardsville. Don't Get Dead album release party taking place this Friday night at 8 p.m. at the Conservatory. Alton Pride Royalty Pageant taking place at 8 p.m. this Friday at Bubby and Sissy's. A $5 donation has been asked for. On Saturday, a list of events. We'll give you a few. Alton Farmers and Artisans Market taking place at 8 a.m. and then the Classic Car Cruise at 12 noon on Saturday. Those are the featured events on Saturday. If you have an event to talk about, you can put it on RiverBender.com for free. Listen, there's a reason that RiverBender.com is one of the, really, in my opinion, and the opinion of numbers, the go-to publication online for news right here in the 618 and throughout Madison, Macoupin, and Jersey counties. And you can be a part of that. You can let folks of all regions of the Riverbend know about your event for free. Mark Zuckerberg is not going to bury it on our site. You post it, whatever day it's on, I read it off because it's really easy to find and nothing's getting buried. Everyone knows where your event is, and with direct links to take people to your Facebook page, website, you are always going to find a way to attract an even bigger audience without paying a dime. Now, if you want to add on to that and be a part of our social media, there's an option too, but add your events today. RiverBender.com/events. 10:52, we wrap up this show next in downtown Alton.
The I Love the 90s tour is back, featuring Vanilla Ice, Rob Bates, All for One, Tag Team. It's the return of the I Love the 90s tour. Friday, August 4th, the Alton Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at MetroTix.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
She's a bad mama jamma. Just as fine as she can be. Hey, she's a bad mama jamma. Oh, just as
The storms are moving across the Metro East. Our radar right here at RiverBender.com/weather. Looking like fluorescent, getting ready. Parts of fluorescent already kind of getting some weather, and then we should be expecting some type of precipitation later on this afternoon. We're going to pull that up for you in just a mere moment because we want you to always be up to date on weather alerts. So that way, if you're planning to do some moving today or, planning on getting some housework done or some errands, you know where to take. It looks like about, 3 to 4 p.m. today. That's when some of the weather's coming in. But tonight is the one that our radar is telling us to watch out for. We're going to start seeing some storms creeping across the region at 1 a.m. tonight right now from our radar. And then they're going to stay over on top of us. At 4 a.m. is when the big portions, 3 to 4 a.m. is when they're predicting the bigger portions of this storm with about 1 to 2 inches of rain and some heavy thunder tomorrow morning. So be mindful of that, and be mindful that you have only a couple of more weeks to get tickets to Vanilla Ice. Seriously, I need you to go so that way we can kick it at the Alton Amphitheater and have a good old time. But with that being said, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I want to ask you guys something. How whenever you're in these dog days of summer, because it really is, we're kind of getting towards the end of July and the kids are starting to realize that the free ride's over and you got to get back to school. But, looking on this outside perspective, I always thought the summer was just forever. It lasted months. And now that I'm doing this show and really doing a show and not just running the boards, it feels like it's been only a couple of weeks, and now here we go. I mean, school's starting back up. What are you guys' thoughts? Is there like a, like for me, it's just like Christmas. I've told you guys that before, where, it's kind of October, November takes a couple of weeks to get there, and then right after Thanksgiving, it's just boom, Christmas, New Year's, it's over with. Is there something that you guys kind of, have in your timeline that you go, all righty, that is, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, that's when it just starts taking over. Well, I saw this story, too, before I let you go today that I just had to share with you. I mean, I really did. And, one of the most recent trends to hit social media, and I almost tried it the other day, really glad I didn't, is the gas in a glass method of getting rid of wasps that may be terrorizing your home. Because, listen, we all have a wasp problem. I am the biggest baby when it comes to wasps. Those that have tried the hack filled a glass jar or bucket about a third of the way with gasoline. Then they took their container of choice, filled it with gasoline, and put it up against the nest and sealing it. The wasps, due to the toxicity of that gas, were instantly knocked out and fell down into the liquid. In some videos, the remainder of the wasp nest is scraped off and submerged with the gasoline along with the wasps. Now, why the results have been effective for people, one expert is telling people to really not do this for a number of reasons. In an interview, they said that the method is not only dangerous, but potentially illegal for exterminators per the EPA guidelines. Pest control professionals are expected to use products that are registered with the EPA. And also, from a safety perspective, they pointed out the dangers of handling gasoline this way, especially amid the 4th of July summer seasons where fireworks can start a fire very easily. So it's just something to be mindful over. It works, but is it safe? That's not for me to decide. That's for you at your homes to decide. Just be safe. Don't light a match near it. With that being said, I'll see you back here with Lisa Webb tomorrow and so much more on our daily show. So have a great day. Most importantly, though, just try your best to stay out of jail.